Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Heat Vision. We just got back from watching Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and it was fucking. I thought it was great. But before we start, I just wanna let y'all know that you guys can listen to any platform: YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple, Google, anywhere like that. Follow us at
Google.
Yeah, Google Podcasts.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
For Android users.
Oh.
Shouts out to my Android
that's
users.
like their Apple Podcast.
Yeah, it's their Apple podcast thing. Follow us at Heat Vision Podcast. And we saw Sonic 2. It was released April 8th, 2022. Directed by Jeff Fowler once again. Written by the same people, Pat Casey and Josh Miller. And before we start, while we're at the theater, Javi and I, we actually managed to buy the what would you call that? The Batman head. The
helmet, the mask.
The Batman helmet, like
popcorn holder.
Popcorn holder type of thing. Yeah, when that shit was
bucket.
Yeah, right. When that shit came out, I wanted it. I was like, dude, that looks sick, you know. But obviously, I didn't know how much it was. I thought it was gonna be expensive. Not only that, I'm pretty sure it was sold out. I saw people talking about it, saying it was sold out and whatnot. And it's been what? Since the movie came out, a month. And so we went today and we saw the mask up there, and we asked, yo, you guys still have them in stock? He's like, yep. And there was only 2 left. Javi and I got the last 2, and the price was pretty reasonable, bro. You know, I was telling you, Javi, I was like, if it's 30 or 40, 50 bucks, fuck no, man. I was thinking about 30. I was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if it was 50 or something, nah, it got me fucked up. But the person said it was 26 plus tax, so like in total was like, I think I paid like about 30. I think it was like something like that. And I was like, you know, I'm glad that I have it. It's fucking raw. I'm looking at it right now, and it looks really sick. And I just wanted to point that out first, you know. But before we get into it, I forgot to introduce you guys. I have Mario with us, and then Javi. And Mario wasn't with us in the last podcast reviewing the first Sonic, but he is with us right now. Before we get any further, there will be spoilers. I gotta remember to keep saying that always. There's gonna be spoilers, but yeah. This fucking movie, man. This movie, mid. No, man. This fucking movie. It immediately takes place right after not necessarily right after we see Dr. Eggman. You know, he's civilized in that mushroom world that we left off in the first movie.
Yeah.
And it's been, I think, over 250 something days, right? It's like that. He said.
I forget, bro. I don't know what he said.
He's been there for like
almost a year.
Almost a year, yeah.
Okay.
He's been there almost a year. That's the intro and whatnot. We're like, yo, what the fuck is he doing? He's built his own thing.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he still has Sonic's quill from the first movie. He built some type of contraption that causes like a blast or some sort. I don't know.
Like sends like a signal into space.
Yeah, right. Sends like a signal or something like that, and then that causes for other, I guess, alien people to show up, like with the ring portal and whatnot. And then we finally see Knuckles right off the bat. Like he's introduced in the first 5 minutes of the movie, and immediately they start talking and whatnot. We see Sonic, like a little that funny like Batman type of superhero scene where he's stopping that bank robbery.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny. That scene was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We get there, and then immediately, pretty early on, Knuckles finally like shows up with meets up with Sonic, and they start going at it like pretty early on. I wasn't expecting that. I'm gonna be real. You know what I mean? Like that scene in the trailer where Sonic does that like his roll thing, and then Knuckles is like holding him and shit. I thought that was gonna be like later on. Yeah, you know what I mean? That shit happened in the beginning. I was like, oh shit, okay, then there's got to be more, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, Hav, do you want to start off with things that you liked? Was it better than the first movie? Has things changed? Like, what do you think about this?
Like, I felt that the movie was better than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it more. There was I don't know how to explain it. I liked it more, but like I can't precisely name why.
Mm.
I guess I just liked that they were able to expand the lore more with the inclusion of. You didn't even mention Tails. Was in this movie. With the inclusion of Tails and Knuckles.
Well, I mean, this I just explained like the beginning of the. I forgot that Tails was. That we see Tail in the beginning, right? He's like, "Oh, I gotta find Sonic and whatnot," and they explain all that.
Yeah.
Tails kind of saves Sonic when he's first fighting Knuckles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That
and that's
yeah.
how you kind of
You get
all
introduced.
three are together at that point. But continue, Javi.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I just like the inclusion of Knuckles and Tails. I'd have to say that the standout, the best character in the movie was Knuckles. In my opinion.
Yeah.
He was the standout. He did Idris Elba did great in the role. The inclusion of Tails was also cool, and I liked the friendship that he and Sonic built together. And I liked Jim Carrey reprising the role of Robotnik. He was also just as good, I felt, as the first movie. The action scenes were pretty much the same as the first movie. The comedy was the same as the first movie. But really, I mean, what makes this movie better, like if other than that, I mean, this movie would just be enjoyable as the first one. But what made it, I think, better for me was the inclusion of Knuckles. Idris Elba did a great job playing him, and the end, the third act of the movie when the big showdown happens. All that was probably the best part of the movie. Like all the lore that you learn and stuff, like along the way, the journey, with the whole journey of the movie is that Robotnik and Knuckles, and on a separate journey, Sonic and Tails, they're both racing to find, what was it? The Master Emerald?
The Master Emerald,
or the Chaos Emerald?
The Master Emerald.
The Master Emerald?
Yeah, Chaos Emerald is when they're separate.
Individual ones.
Yeah.
So, they're like both on a race to find it and stuff, and like that journey and like the adventure with that, like that's interesting in its own, but it was like the third act when like the shit was finally going down, like the big battle, I guess you could say. That was what cemented the movie to be like, oh, like now it's starting to get good. So the third act of the movie was probably what made the movie better in my eyes. Other than that, really, if you would have just taken out Knuckles, this movie would have probably just been just as enjoyable as the first movie. Not better, not worse. It's just about the same. But yeah, man, I just can't speak highly enough for Idris Elba playing Knuckles. Like, he was just really good. He was really funny. And his timing, the way he would talk and shit, it was also really funny. But yeah, that's just basically me.
Mario, you have anything? Like
I mean, as someone who's, and I should preface this, I've never seen the first Sonic movie.
Wait, what? Wait, pause, bro.
I told you guys this.
No. All right, y'all. We got to stop the podcast right now, man. We're canceling this bitch, man. No, I'm playing. What the fuck, bro? You never? I thought you have.
No, I always told you I've never seen the first Sonic movie.
I don't remember you telling me
Not
this.
even when it came out in theaters?
No, I never. Oh, well, when it came out in theaters, one, I was never really into Sonic, and two, it was a video game movie, so I'm like, wow. I was gonna do
You were never into Sonic?
I played it on my Game Boy when I was a kid, but I never really picked it up after that.
What the fuck?
Wow, I didn't know. I didn't know this.
Well,
But
this is weird.
I
don't know if his opinion in the movie stands or not.
I'm only gonna speak on this movie, not the first one.
He can still talk about the movie overall. You know what I mean? Pacing, writing.
I did enjoy the movie. I will say this: Knuckles was probably my favorite character. Like I said, his comedic timing was that. Like I said, my favorite joke in the movie when he was reading the conversation between Sonic and the
text messages.
Yeah, and he's like dot. I'm like, bro, that's too funny, man. That shit had me dying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I honestly think he kind of carried. Even though I know Sonic's the main character,
Oh, yeah.
I really feel like he carried.
he
I'm like, bro, like
He
he was like the
carried.
bright spot in this movie for me. And
Yeah.
other than that, I like the chemistry that Two Tails had with Sonic when they were doing the whole like dance scene. At first, I thought,
Oh,
like,
right.
what the fuck is this? Seems
They're on their
stupid.
way to Siberia to search for
find
the
owl cave or whatever it was called.
to find the emerald, and they're in Siberia. They come across this like cabin in like a winter storm and whatnot, full of what were they?
Who knows?
Siberian. I was, you know what I mean? No, Siberian, right? And they start, they get into a conflict, and that conflict escalates to a dance battle.
Yeah.
And so they're out here dance battling shit, which I really enjoy. That this movie, just like the first one, it's very kid friendly. It's very, you can see Sonic's
not too kid friendly though.
What do you mean?
Like they didn't hammer the kid friendliness too much to where like, all right, this movie is officially for kids and I can't.
Oh no.
You know what I mean?
No,
that's what I like too. Is that it's not. It was like, yeah, I guess you could say
kids
kid
can
friendly.
watch it.
That's what I'm saying. Like kids can watch it. That's what I meant.
Right,
like it's kid friendly.
Right.
Like,
but what I'm saying is that the good thing is that it wasn't too kid friendly.
Oh, okay.
It didn't go like that. Like
No,
where it's like, why does it feel like I'm watching Coco Melon?
No,
it ain't go that
no,
route. Which
no,
I'm
yeah.
glad, bro. I hate when fucking movies like that have to like so absolutely fucking like beat it over your head. Like I don't know. But yeah, that's thankfully they didn't fuck it up.
Yeah, so the comedy was there. There was moments where we're all laughing. It was very good. I like that we see the chemistry between, like I said, going back to Mario, the chemistry between Tails and Sonic, because reality they're best friends and whatnot, and I enjoyed seeing that relationship built. And I remember Javi from the last podcast that we did, the last review for Sonic, was he said that he saw a review saying that the relationship between Tom and Sonic wasn't the same as the first movie, that Tom was on his own, type of plot line going on.
For the first half of the movie,
and
it was.
Right. And people were saying that, I guess you said that people were saying that they didn't like that. Was that it?
His subplot.
That they didn't like his subplot, or they didn't like that Tom wasn't really affiliated with Sonic?
The subplot.
Oh, okay.
That people weren't, like, the critics were saying that, like, while Sonic and Tails were on their adventure against Robotnik and Knuckles, and here's like the subplot of Tom and him being in Hawaii and him playing volleyball and shit with the fiance and shit, like all that, like. It just kind of felt, you're right. Like it was just detracting from the real adventure.
Like I'm not, you know how the wives, that her sister, the fiance.
Yes, the girl's sister.
You know how there was that scene where he was talking to the fiance was talking to her husband.
Bro, I told this to Hector.
I'm just like, bro, I don't care about this. I didn't.
Yeah. No, like, and I was actually gonna say that.
If you want to paint the scene,
I was gonna say that, but I wasn't gonna say it right now. I was waiting for Hector to be like, let's talk about things we didn't like, and then that was the first thing I was gonna mention was that. So I'm keeping that for later.
All right.
But what's it called?
Oh, okay.
What's it called? No, yeah, people were just saying that like his subplot didn't matter, and I thought that it was gonna be like that throughout the whole movie, but luckily it was only for like the first half, and then afterwards, I guess Tom gets somewhat more involved in it, but even then he felt like a side character.
He was definitely a side.
Yeah, like he felt more pushed back to the side, which I get it. It's fine because you wanted to concentrate more on the new characters. You want to concentrate on Knuckles and Tails, and I will say that Jim Carrey, the Robotnik's assistant dude, didn't have to be in the movie. I didn't give a fuck about him.
Yeah, I think he was just there for like another comedic relief.
I don't give a fuck. And I didn't give a fuck about that other cop dude from the last movie. Mm-hmm. The one that acts like an idiot. Like, I didn't care about him.
Wade? Is that his name, Wade?
Oh, yeah. I didn't care.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you could have just taken them out the movie. I wouldn't give a fuck. Like, they didn't do shit. But, no, like, other than that, like, that's what people were saying.
I thought the pacing of the movie was good. I like the pacing.
No, there was no...
I like the pacing.
I can't agree, because the pacing was good, but then once they got to Hawaii and they were getting captured and all that bullshit, and then it showed like the sisters like
doing their thing,
doing their like stealth shit around the guards, and then the bitch comes in with the golf cart.
She grabs her drink from that one thing.
The
I'm just like, what?
Well, the part that scene where they're trying to be sneaky, they're saving Tom and Sonic and Tails.
Yeah, but it just went on for too long. Like, I didn't care.
I don't think
I'm just like
that scene of
I think I'm no.
You could have sped past this. I felt
that scene of them saving them. I don't think it was too long. I understand the scene of her being in the golf cart and like destroying that what was it called, like that stage shit, whatever.
The dance floor. It's really a dance floor.
And then that whole scene of them talking like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I fell in love with you," like shit like that. I understand that, but I'm talking about the scene where like they save him. I don't think that part was long. I don't think that part.
If it would have been shorter, I'd been like, all right, cool.
Like, they just cut out all the unnecessary shit.
They were just kept doing like a lot of I don't know. I
Like,
just felt like they
they were trying to hit jokes that didn't hit with me.
I guess.
Like what?
Like I said, one where like they're walking.
When they're
up
like
to,
did the handshake and like they went like, what the fuck is that? Like I didn't give a fuck. I don't know. I just didn't give a fuck about that whole thing. That whole like middle part. If the sneaking bullshit, like them getting rid of the guards to save Tom and Sonic and shit. If that was shorter, and if they had just completely taken out that stupid fucking scene where the chick starts going off on the husband that was an undercover cop and all that shit, like, or like when she points the gun at the dude with the taser, like all that shit. Like Hector literally like looked at me during that scene. I don't know why he looked over at me, but he looked right at me because I was sitting next to him, and I looked at my and I literally out loud said, "I don't give a fuck about this. Like I'm bored as fuck. Fuck this." And then eventually when the chick
because when I saw that, I looked at him because I knew I could sense what Javi doesn't like. So that's why I looked at him to see him like, what is he gonna say about this? And he, clearly enough, he said, "I don't give a fuck about these guys."
Yeah.
And I just laughed. So
like I was like, funny. Fuck this, I don't give a shit. And then when the girl finally got to Sonic and Tom and was saving them, I was like, all right, great. Like now the movie started picking up. But that whole little middle part, like that was like a little like thing in the middle that like I felt was like unnecessary. But other than that, had they had fixed some things in those scenes, like had they fixed it, this movie would have perfect pacing from start to finish.
Okay.
But it just had that middle shit.
So you're with him on that.
Yeah, that little yeah.
Okay, so the pacing was off because
just for that part right there.
Okay.
For the rest of the movie, it was great.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna be on the opposite side. I didn't think I understand about like, oh, it's not necessary. When I understand that, right? I see that, but I don't think that's hitting the mic.
My fault.
I can see that, but that didn't kill the pacing for me for the entire movie. There's no
the entire movie. We didn't say it killed the pacing.
Well, I just asked Mario. He said that killed the
entire movie.
I just asked Mario. I'm like, did that kill the pacing for you for the movie? And he said, yeah, that's what killed the pacing for me. That's what he said.
For the rest of the movie,
that little part, I was just no. Everything was good, and then it got to that pussy. I was like, eh.
Well, no, I said
slowed down.
But then again, I said overall the pacing of the movie, like the entire movie, I thought the pacing was good. You know what I mean? Like even if that little piece, whatever, I thought that overall the entire movie, I thought the pacing was good. There was never a moment where I was like, okay, they're going too fast, or it's they're dragging or whatnot. I thought, obviously, I was shocked when they introduced Knuckles like first 5 minutes in the movie. And him meeting Sonic in the first 10 minutes, I was like, whoa, what the fuck? I was kind of getting nervous. I'm like, oh, shit, these guys are kind of rushing it. But later on, seeing it, I think everything played out. They explained perfectly who Knuckles was, what was his goal, what the Chaos Emerald. Sonic finds out that the map that he has, where like in the first movie where what planets to travel on. Like he finally finds out that Longclaw, his caretaker, knew about the Chaos Emerald. Sorry, the Master Emerald, and so we find out all these different types of lore things.
Yeah.
From I guess relatively from the jump, and I actually enjoyed it. It explained a lot for people who aren't familiar with the Sonic lore and stuff. And yeah, I really enjoyed that. Fucking Dr. Robotnik, Dr. Eggman, I thought he did good again in this movie. I enjoyed how he was.
Yeah.
And I liked his new suit and how he looked actually like from the video games.
Accurate. Yeah,
he looked pretty cool. And yeah, and I would say I would agree with Knuckles. Knuckles just stole the show. He was a good character. Very very Knuckles. He's fairly, accurate to the video games and the animated series and whatnot. Like I really enjoyed that. Same with Tails. Here in this movie, we see Tails, because in the video games and even in the animated show, Tails is very like shy, not confident at all. Sonic is the one who's very confident. He's the one who takes charge. Tail is basically his sidekick, and he's the smart. He comes up with the plan. Sonic executes the plan. And I really enjoyed that they show that with Tails, especially in this part where they go to the Siberia and they're in that cabin. They said, Sonic, he's like, Sonic, I can't do this. I'm not confident like you. I'm not, this type of thing. And I really enjoy that they really portrayed that with Tails. So I really like that. Same with Knuckles being very, always very serious and very like, he had anger problems because that's how he is too. Yeah. I really enjoyed that as well. Sonic, typical Sonic. You know, I really enjoyed how he was played. Yeah, I think overall was just I really enjoyed the movie, and I really enjoyed the aesthetic when you're at the temple with the Master Emerald. The aesthetic is like ancient, like ruins or whatnot. It's very accurate to the video games, and everything. It's to the sandy, like to the booby traps and everything that Dr. Eggman goes through. It's really fucking cool when I saw that. But the Master Emerald, maybe I'm tweaking. I don't even know. And I told this to Javi. In the movie, the Master Emerald is pretty small. It's pretty like maybe like a basketball size, something like that. Like. But if I remember correctly, in the video games and whatnot, it was big. It was like really huge, and I don't know if I'm tweaking or if I'm thinking of a different game or animated show or what the fuck. I don't even know. But I could have sworn I remember that in not in the movie, it was a lot bigger. And like I said, I love that they explained Knuckles' story. They did a good job explaining what his purpose was and his whole tribe, and we see him as a little kid, you know, his dad saying, "Oh, you're not ready," and whatnot, and because of that, they all go to war, or they all go to this battle, and they all die except for Knuckles. So I really enjoyed that, and then later, obviously from the first podcast, obviously, right, we predicted it. We pretty much saw it coming. Dr. Eggman betrays Knuckles. Dr. Eggman takes the emerald for himself. He has the power of the fucking Chaos Emerald. He out here sounding like a robot and shit.
Yeah.
What'd you think about that, Hob, when he was speaking like a robot? when he was speaking like a...
I didn't think much.
Like a robot. No.
I was just, whatever, voice effect.
Oh, I thought you'd... Knowing you, I thought you'd be like, what the fuck? This is some, like, gorilla shit. Like, or some bullshit.
It was
something
funny.
like that.
It was funny.
What
to
did
me.
you thought it was funny? You thought it was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I
lot of
didn't
jokes
really
I
think
think
much
in
of
this
it. I
movie.
mean, the best thing to come out of him, with the emerald is that he was able to dismantle all the metal and shit. He created his own machine.
Which I told you, I thought it was gonna be his ship, his ship that Dr. Eggman's always on, like that's known for.
Yeah.
But no, he turned into this giant fucking Power Ranger
Robot machine.
Yeah,
But it was cool.
Megamorpher.
I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked that it had his face.
Oh yeah,
Like it was like that
The
face,
classic face.
Even had the
the
mustache.
face that it's like in the games. That was cool because
That's iconic.
It's like
That shit's iconic.
it was like like it resembled well to like how it looked like in the games and stuff. So I like that it had like the iconic Robotnik face on the shit. And the whole third act was cool. Just watching Sonic, Knuckles, and
finally,
Tails.
finally they're all together.
They're all together and they're
we gotta
like
work as a
working
team.
together to fight against the machines and the drones. Like all of that was. That's what I said. Like what?
Speaking of that, right? I want to backpedal a bit real
What?
quick
Yeah.
to where Knuckles. We have the fight scene between Knuckles and Sonic.
Yeah.
At the temple.
Yeah.
With the Chaos Emerald. I want to talk about that because that fight scene.
ahead.
I thought that fight scene was lit.
It was cool.
Like that, especially that couple seconds where you just see the camera with him and they're out here throwing punches like Dragon Ball shit.
Yeah,
like that's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool. I was like, yo, what the
It
fuck?
did, yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool, and I'm gonna just say it. And I told this to Javi, that fight scene was better than fucking Morbius's fight
Hell
scene.
yeah. Fuck yes.
Everything about this was
way
better than
better.
Morbius.
No, hell yeah, but yeah, I just want to say that fight scene was fucking dope. I was like, yo, this is fucking cool. Eventually, during that fight scene, obviously Dr. Eggman betrays him. The temple shatters. Knuckles is stuck because the temple was like underwater. The temple pieces like debris falls on Knuckles. The temple's flooding. He's
You're like
underwater.
reciting the whole movie, bro.
And Sonic pulls up and he, saves him. And this is where we see the shift in Knuckles and Sonic's relationship, where he's like, "Oh, why'd you save me?" And then Sonic is like, a hero supposed to, whatnot. He does his hero speech, and this was finally what makes Knuckles switch. This is the switch, and he finally, I guess, builds a bond with him, and that's when they team up, and that's where it takes place, where Dr. Eggman, with his chaos, he takes apart he goes to his lab, and he's surrounded by the military and whatnot, and that's when he uses the power of the Chaos Emeralds, and he builds that big, like, gigantic robot, and that's when we see finally everyone together fighting. And I thought that whole fight scene was was fucking dope, honestly. And then, long story short, that happens. They finally get rid of the Chaos Emerald from Dr. Eggman, and then we see the crazy shit, man, that I was like really hyped for. We finally see I say Super Saiyan because it's when he turns golden, one eyes, hair spiking up, but I'm pretty sure I think it's referred to as supersonic. And the Chaos Emeralds the Master Emerald breaks into Chaos Emeralds. Chaos Emeralds forms into a ring, and that's Sonic uses it, and that's how he becomes that. And I remember from the first podcast, I said that Sonic uses some ring, and I completely forgot that it's a ring made out of Chaos Emeralds. And yeah, he becomes that powerful. He has it, and I thought that was lit as fuck when I saw that.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about? What do you guys think about that?
It was it was cool as hell because it's funny you say you go Super Saiyan when it's called Supersonic. It's literally like so similar names because that's basically what it happens where he goes God mode on the motherfucker and he completely takes down the fucking robot. He rips off like the top of the I don't know, his head. His head, and you just fucking see him there, and he's like, "Oh shit, I fucked up." And he tries to punch him, and he just stops it, 100% like stops the punch. Like, bro, like what the fuck you trying to do? Basically showing like how powerful this mode is. That like his supersonic mode is.
What is this making noise? Shit.
But yeah, he's just a complete god. And one thing I wonder is he gonna be the villain for the third movie?
Who?
What's his name?
Wait, before we get to it, are you about to spoil the end credit?
No, I'm talking about the guy in the robot. What's his name again? Fuck, I forgot his name.
Oh, Robotnik?
Yeah, because he's been the villain in 2 movies.
We
see him falling here.
No, he is. He I guarantee he will be back. Yeah.
Unless Jim Carrey retires, because he mentioned that he was thinking about retiring from acting and shit. He recently said that in an interview. So we'll have to see, bro.
He
comes back.
No, I think he will.
You see him falling, so I'm like, is he dead? But like, they didn't show him, dying.
After that whole incident, the military dude comes in. He's like, we didn't find him, and he's like, oh no, nobody could survive that. Nobody could survive that damage or whatever. He's done. You know what I mean? But no, he's definitely coming back. It would make sense, and I'm gonna explain it in a bit. And that's pretty much it. I really like the movie, and we finally get to the to the end credits, and just like I suspected, man, from the first review, I fucking called it, man. Fucking finally, it's so cool fucking seeing Shadow. We finally get to see Shadow. We get like a teaser, and I just lost my shit in the theater.
That's true.
I lost my shit in the theater. I'm out here swearing, let's fucking go, fuck yeah, and there's fucking kids and shit around. Like, who the fuck is this guy? But yeah, I thought that was really cool, and obviously it made sense, fucking Knuckles, Shadow, Sonic, and Tails. They're like the main characters of the whole Sonic franchise, and I guess people would argue, they'll include Amy, which maybe we'll see her in the third movie. I don't know.
I'm calling her right now. End credits, third movie, she shows up.
No.
I'm calling her right now.
I think they'll introduce her like in the beginning, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, as the military chief commander or whatever, he says, yeah, nobody's surviving that wreckage, which is Dr. Eggman's body. Someone comes to a report, hey, we found this. I forgot what she said exactly.
A
research facility. And as soon as I heard that words, I perked up. I'm like, oh shit, we found some files, blah blah blah. That's 50 years back, and that's when I like immediately flipped out because I immediately knew it was fucking Shadow. And this is why I'm gonna say why Dr. Eggman's gonna return. Obviously, they didn't find his body, right? He definitely dipped, and that facility that they're talking about was from the video game and lore. Yeah. It was Dr. Eggman's grandfather. And he's the one who was experimenting with Shadow and kept him like that. And so I feel like Dr. Eggman is going to get back on his feet by finding his grandfather's lab and finding Shadow. And he's going to utilize him, as a weapon, just like what he did with Knuckles. Like, that's why I think definitely he's gonna be in it. That's
Now
what I think.
that worries me a bit because if that's the route they're gonna take, then I feel like the third Sonic movie is just gonna feel exactly the same as this movie because it's the same plot. You know what I mean? With Robotnik once again manipulating this like animal thing to go and fight and attack, like defeat Sonic and shit. So I'm like worried that this third movie might potentially just feel like a rehash of this movie because that's
Just
what
with
he
a
did with
different-
Knuckles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'll have to see if they're smart with the writing because I know Hector said that Shadow is an anti-hero. I would prefer if Shadow maybe, because like I said, Jim Carrey in an interview said he might retire. He might retire from acting. I don't know if he's gonna go through with it or not, but he might. That's what he said. He just said that he might retire from acting. So we don't know. And the director of the movie even said if he does decide to retire, we will not recast him. Like he just won't be in the next movie. And maybe what they can do is just kill off Robotnik or whatever. I don't know what you want
Like
to do.
he died in the fall.
Or imprison him. I don't care. And have Shadow just be his own person, like not controlled by Robotnik.
But who would like
Set him free or something?
yeah, like who would do that? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, that's something where like the writers have to
Well,
figure it out.
what if those people? What if they're like, oh, we found a 50-year-old?
Oh, right, like, maybe
what
they
if
would
they
release
free
him?
him and he just like wipes them all out and he goes and does his own thing? Like, what
But-
if he's set on a mission and he does it, and then Sonic feels responsible to take him down, but because he gets in Shadow's way, that's how they rival and shit.
Well, what it is in the video games is Shadow was portrayed like as a villain first. You know, technically, right? He's an anti. He wants to do what he
Right.
wants, and what that is the Chaos Emeralds. He wants the Chaos Emeralds, and the way he knows about the Chaos Emeralds is through Eggman. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So like you're telling me like so if they do go that route where you're saying where the military people free him, do you think the military people will tell him, yeah, bro, we got these emeralds? You know what I mean? Then they'll be like, oh shit. You know, I don't know. I feel like I don't know for
You just have to.
maybe have them. Oh no, that wouldn't make sense because I was gonna say what if make Shadow like capture Sonic or something, but then again in this movie we learned that they're on Sonic's side, which I don't know what they could do with that because in the video games like in Sonic Adventure 2, the one where you escape the when you're like in the city.
Yeah.
In the beginning, he's captured by those people in the helicopter, and Sonic frees himself, and he's running from them. So that's what it is. But now here in the movie, they're cool. So I don't know exactly how that play out. That's why I believe Dr. Eggman's gonna come back. I believe Jim Carrey's gonna come back.
And if he doesn't, if he decides to retire,
Before then,
yeah.
then I'm curious to see what the fuck how they gonna do it. You know,
I'll be honest, I don't even care if he comes back or not for the third movie. The fact that Shadow's going to be in the next movie is enough for me. I feel like he could carry his own as the sole villain.
Javi, would you feel like it would be repetitive if Eggman came back for the third movie?
If he's
Because you said that if he's in it, and if it's gonna replay it like what off of this movie again, it's gonna feel like the past two.
Yeah. Well, in the first one, he didn't have anything working for him. Like in this one, it
was just him. The first one,
right. But in this one, like he manipulates Knuckles to be like, let's capture the emerald together, and he gotta like pals around. He has him palling around to like fight Sonic and shit, to keep him busy so that he could take it for himself. So I feel like if Robotnik were to come back in the third movie, he's just gonna do it's the same shit. It's the same plot basically. He just manipulates Shadow for the same thing, and he's gonna do the same thing. It's gonna be another whole adventure, but the whole plot is just gonna be identical to this one. That's what I'm afraid of.
But let's say
It's just
they
gonna
take
follow
the
same
plot a different way, just not that way. Like they changed it up, but he's still in the movie. Like, would that feel repetitive to you? Like seeing the same Eggman 3 movies in a row?
No, because we had Darth Vader 3 movies in a row. That worked.
I guess you could say that.
So, but I don't know. To be honest, like I said, I feel like not Robotnik. Shadow could probably stand on his own as the sole villain. In my personal opinion.
how do you know?
He could.
How do you know? You haven't played the games or
don't
seen
care.
anything. So how do you know? You know what I mean?
I don't care.
He's
How
just
do you
basing it off
know?
the movies.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't played the games. He hasn't seen animation. He doesn't know. He hasn't played the Shadow the Hedgehog game. He doesn't know. So that's why I'm curious. Like, you know what I mean? That's why I say I think it's important that Dr. Robotnik comes back, and finds that lab and whatnot, and because Eggman, bro. He's literally Joker. Think of it, Joker. When you think of Batman, you think of Joker. That's what Eggman is. He's important. If there's no Eggman, there's no fucking Sonic in his team.
Yeah.
And same with Shadow. That's why, like, I'm curious on why you say he could stand off alone if you don't really know anything about it.
Because he could. I don't know.
What? That doesn't make sense.
Like, I just don't care. Like, I don't care for it. Like,
Care for what?
whether he's comes back in the next movie or not, I don't care. Because, like, I'd be more interested in Shadow than I am Jim Carrey. Like, if Jim Carrey comes back to play Robotnik again in the third movie, I don't think I'm gonna care. Like, I want the movie to focus on Shadow more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I'd want it to focus on him more. That's why I think it'd be better for me personally if he were to be freed and he was off on his own mission, but then Sonic feels like he has to stop him, so he gets in the way, and that's how they fight. You know what I mean? Because he's like an anti-hero, so he's not like... Because I read the biography on Sonic, or Shadow, I mean. I read his biography, and it says that he's not a villain, per se, but he will go through any measure to accomplish his mission, no matter what. And if anyone gets in his way, like, he's going to fuck him up. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying, like, what if he was just doing his own thing, but then, like, he causes crazy shit, like Havoc and stuff, and Sonic or Tails and Knuckles, they see it on the news, and they're like, we gotta stop him. Like, no one can stop this dude but us. Like, we're powerful enough to go up against him. And then when they get in the way, that's how they rival. That's when they fight. And it's like, these fuckers keep getting in my way, and they just, like, fight and shit. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. You know what I mean? So, I guess for Robotnik to come back in the third movie, that's fine. I'm not against it. But I'm just not gonna give a fuck. I feel like I would want the movie to concentrate on Shadow more than Robotnik, in my personal opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna care if he's there or not. I just want to, like, fuck this. I want to, like, have the movie focus more on Shadow, because he's, like,
new character.
Not only that, but, like, I guess he's had this reputation, like, with fans and stuff, that he's, like, a beloved, like, anti-hero. Like, he alone could probably stand as his own villain. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. That's how I think it could play out. That's considering if Jim Carrey decides to retire. Mm-hmm. If he doesn't for another couple of years, then yeah, we're getting him back in the third movie, of course. Mm-hmm. But if he does retire, and the dude said we're not going to recast him, then I see that being the way to do the third movie. And let's be honest, like, Jim Carrey, if he decides to retire, no one's going to stop him. Like, nothing's going to convince him to not retire or not come back for another movie. If he sets his mind to it, he's going to go through with it. So, we just have to ponder the possibility that he may not come back. And personally, for me, that's fine. Like, that's fine. I don't mind.
The next movie is probably, what, another 2 years? Because that's what...
Probably, yeah. Probably.
You think in those 2 years he will retire, maybe?
Probably. He doesn't do a lot of movies nowadays.
What was the last one he did besides Sonic?
Ace Ventura.
No, that was what? Not recent.
I know. I'm just saying as a joke. Yeah.
Oh no,
not that I can think of. Maybe he has. I've never seen.
What was the last movie he was in?
The Riddler.
You said the Riddler.
What if he played the Riddler? I don't remember, bro. I honestly don't remember the last movie I've seen him in.
Like, the only other movie I've seen him.
What if he played the Riddler again in this new the new Batman?
He's like, hey man, let me teach you how to play the Riddler.
He'd be like, he'd have that persona like the mask. Like,
yeah. Hell no.
And speaking of that, he did in the Sonic movie, in this one, he did like he gave me like a Grinch vibe. Oh. You remember that scene?
Oh, yeah.
What was that scene again?
I don't know.
I forgot, but he did that scene like where the Grinch is like ha ha or something like that. Like and I just saw the Grinch. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, you know, it's funny, it's whatever. I still think he did a good job, but you could definitely see Grinch and like the mask type vibes once again in this movie, just like you saw in the Yeah, and then the first one that we did. But yeah, I guess I'm pretty sure that's everything we gotta say. Do you want to go to ratings, Mario?
The last movie he did that wasn't Sonic was one in 2016.
Oh shit!
Called Dark Crimes.
I've never heard of it.
That's not Sonic. It's 2016.
Yeah, I never heard of that one.
Yeah. Let me see. Javi's right. He does not do a lot of movies now. But as for ratings, I guess I should go first because since I've never seen the first one, and I'm solely basing this off of the second movie. If what Javi said is true, where like it's not the same movie, but you get the same vibe, and the only reason Javi liked it more is because they expanded the lore, they show a lot. I must say this, I really like when they showed Knuckles' like home planet, and you see his dad, and then that gives him the conversation, kind of like simulating what Sonic got from what's the dude's name?
What happened to him with Long
on the boat.
Oh,
you notice how it's basically the same thing
with Tom.
Yeah, he talks to him on the boat while he talks to him there on his own planet. That was cool, and I was kind of hoping we see more of like their planet. I was really interested in that, but I think if I were to watch the first one, I think I would like this one more. But that I'm gonna watch the first one probably sometime this weekend, maybe since I seen this one.
Yeah, I was shocked for that, bro. I didn't know you didn't see the first
one. I told you guys multiple times. I was like, I haven't seen that movie. I haven't seen that at all.
I don't remember.
It's just like with Uncut Gems. I haven't seen that one either.
Oh, that's a good movie.
This one's gonna piss y'all off.
What?
Even my brother's seen this and I haven't.
What?
Logan.
You haven't seen Logan? Oh my god.
Weirdo.
It's one of those where I'm just like, I just haven't gotten to it. It's like me with God of War. I have not played God of War.
2017? Damn.
Yeah, it's like with God of War, bro. Like I haven't played God of War.
Damn, bro.
And God of War is an amazing game.
I felt longer for some reason. I don't know why. That's crazy.
But this was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. The jokes a lot of the jokes made me laugh. And for someone who's not a Sonic diehard like Hector is clearly. But
he's a diehard.
Well, you are.
I got Sonic underwear. I got Sonic bed sheets.
I would give this definitely a 9. I enjoyed it a lot. I wasn't wowed or anything, but I would recommend people to go to the movie theater to watch this.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'd say for me,
take your family.
I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna carry on everything you said, bro. I agree that I'm gonna give it a 9 as well. I'm very hyped. I like this. I like the pacing of the movie. I like how they incorporated every single character. I liked how they explained the lore, and it was a fun movie, and I definitely recommend this to people. I'm agree with you. I think it's because the first movie I gave it an 8, but this one I thought it was way better than the first one. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9.
8.
8.
I give it an 8.
All right, that's what's up. But yeah, thank y'all so much for listening. That's it for this episode. And remember, don't let your past haunt you, y'all. Take it easy.
Peace.